Here's the homework for lesson number 14 of G, the Raspberry Pi Pico W uh, and a GPS module series that Paul has on YouTube. He asked us to, he, we went through last week how to calculate the Haversine uh, formula, and he set up the, the how to do it with the MicroPython. And what he wanted us to do was put that into the program we already have for displaying and using the GPS on our Raspberry Pi. Now, what I have here, let me go through the software first. All right, let's go up here and let's look here. I added a few variables because in order to do this, we had to have a few other ones. I had to have distance, heading, screen mode. Then I had to have Earth radius. Then land 1, or latitude 1, longitude 1, and latitude 2, longitude 2. Okay, now if we go down here, this is all the stuff where we get the GPS and then parse it. Now the first thing we come to that we added to this is I added the calculation for the 2 waypoints. Now we have lat 1, launch 1, we're passing it that, or passing lat 2 and lon 2. Now what I do is here is I change the decimal information I'm getting to radian information here, so we could do the calculation. Then here you're calculating in that theta. This is the formula. It goes on for a while. Took me a while to do this. I had to kind of same thing that Paul did. I had to break out some of the pieces of it. This one here, not so much. But anyway, we have the distance and the times equals the Earth radius times the theta. Then I return distance. Now, next one is calculate the heading. Same thing. I passed the waypoint information. Then I change it from decimal to radian. Then here's another one of those things where you try to simplify the calculation a little bit. And he's got an XC and YC. This is Paul's, I believe. And what I did was, or what he did, was he took the mathematics here and stuck it into 2 pieces and dropped it down here to here's where you do the math for the arctan of arctan 2, where it's the x and the comma the y. And then we changed it from radians, this is the radians, to degrees, and to return the degrees and the beta degrees. What I had to do with this thing, let me go down and show you where I did it. All right, where's it at? Here it is. Okay, here's the one button. This selects the first 2. That allows you to get all the different things on the screen. And then the second button, I set up a modulus thing here so that if it was a modulus value of, I set it up to modulus equal 5. Oh, wait a minute, that's up here too someplace. Where did I put that? Let's go all the way to the top. I believe it's up here somewhere. Modulus, where are you? I know I defined that somewhere. Must have been down here. Okay, let me look. It's got to be here somewhere. Okay, I don't see it, but I know I did it. Here's the percent modulus. Oh, here it is. It's right here in the function. There's the modulus equals 5. So we go through and we do to keep the debounce the switch so you don't get a bunch of crazy stuff. And then we do a print screen mode, and then we set the old value to the new value. All right, now that was the modulus. That makes it counts from 0 to 4. When I'm using that 4 as a screen mode, I got a screen mode 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 was the initial stuff with the latitude, longitude, the sats. And then the screen 1 was the speed, the heading, and altitude. And then screen 2 was the waypoint number 1, latitude and longitude. And then screen 3 was waypoint number 2, latitude and longitude. And then we take this, and down here we display the heading and the distance, which is calculated up there. Now if I go down here, we already talked about that. Here is what I did was if the latitude long 1 and latitude long 2, if all these were present, then we go in and say distance, do the calculation for these things. Same thing for the heading. But I got to have all 4 of these, otherwise it won't work. I don't want it to bomb out. So, okay, there it goes. Okay, now, if you can see my display, I've got this. I already took a trip out to the corner of my property, and I went 52 meters at 7 degrees off of north. Okay, now let me show you if I push the first button, which is yellow. All right, why is it not working? Well, that's interesting. It just quit working. Don't tell me it's bombed here. All right, we'll fix that. Unplug it, plug it in. And then we'll hear it's getting the lock. Okay, this is the first screen, or screen 0. There's the second screen. And then I hit this button to go to first waypoint. That's latitude and longitude. That's where I pressed in here. Then I pressed it again for select point select 2. And I pushed it again, and it comes up with almost nothing because I'm sitting here. And anyhow, I was able to get a good reading going out to the corner of my property off of 0, and that's about all I could do. It's all the walking I can do today. Anyhow, there is my homework, and see if there's any other points I wanted to talk about. Okay, we've looked at the results from before, and you watched it step through the picture. If I push it again, it goes to, there's the second one, and then the first one. See, it just goes back and forth between the second and the 0 and 1. Then I hit this one, it goes to waypoint 1, waypoint 2, and then it calculates the distance and the angle. So there is my homework, and I appreciate you doing these videos, Paul. Thanks for doing those. Bye.